Imagine walking into a stunning luxury hotel. The gleaming marble floors reflect the ambient lighting perfectly. The staff anticipates your very need before you even say a word, and the entire operation just flows. It's like a perfectly choreographed symphony. You don't see the frantic energy behind the scenes, right? You only feel the effortless elegance of the lobby. Well, that seamless experience doesn't happen by accident, and it certainly isn't magic. It is meticulously built through what we call the architecture of excellence. Welcome to this explainer. Today we're focusing on something absolutely foundational to that pristine guest experience: job design in modern hospitality. Whether you're aiming to manage a luxury resort, run a bustling revenue office, or lead a world-class culinary team, understanding exactly how to structure roles is the definitive secret to unlocking incredible team performance. And that is exactly what we're here to master today. Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. Now, bridging the gap between high-level operational theory and the ultra-realistic, day-to-day realities of hotel operations is absolutely critical for your career. Why? Because theory alone rarely survives first contact with a 300-room check-in rush. It has to be deeply grounded in operational reality. Our goal here is to equip you with structural strategies that work not just in a textbook, but right there on the vibrant, highly demanding floor of a world-class property. So here's how we're going to break down today's masterclass. First, a quick welcome to your learning journey, followed by defining exactly what we mean by hospitality job design. Then, we'll explore the elements of motivating roles, the absolute necessity of role clarity and teamwork, and how job design directly impacts employee well-being. Finally, we'll wrap up with the importance of dynamic leadership. Let's dive in. Kicking things off with Section 1. Welcome to Europe Hotel School in your online learning journey. As emerging professionals, the concepts you'll learn here are designed to be immediately applicable, giving you the tools to lead with complete confidence. Moving right along to Section 2, defining hospitality job design and structuring roles for engagement. We really need to fully understand these building blocks before we can optimize them. Let's start with the foundation. Job design is exactly how tasks, responsibilities, and roles are structured within an organization. In a high-end hospitality setting, this isn't just some background HR exercise. It's literally the blueprint of your daily operation. It strongly influences motivation and engagement because it shapes the very real day-to-day experiences of your staff. Think about a front desk agent in a modern luxury hotel. If their role is thoughtfully designed, it gives them the autonomy to solve guest issues right on the spot. Imagine a stressed traveler arriving after a delayed flight, only to find a minor booking error. An empowered agent doesn't have to pause, call a manager, and make the guest wait. They immediately resolve the issue, maybe even offering a complimentary room upgrade. That single act of empowered job design flips a negative situation into creating a loyal, returning guest. It creates this amazing compounding effect that drives high job satisfaction for the employee and ultimately drives the hotel's long-term revenue. Now, let's look at the stark contrast between getting this wrong and getting it right. The dangers of poor job design are very real. We're talking about monotony, physical and mental overload, or just paralyzing ambiguity. When tasks are poorly structured, employees feel completely disconnected from the final guest outcome, or they get overwhelmed by competing demands. Just picture a concierge trying to handle heavy luggage, ringing phone lines, and complex restaurant bookings, all at the same time without a clear operational system. It's a recipe for disaster. In fact, here's a surprising industry fact for you. Poor role design isn't just a morale issue. It is a leading statistical driver behind the hospitality sector's notoriously high turnover rate, which frequently hovers above 70% annually. Wow. On the flip side, the gold standard, well-designed jobs, creates a beautiful balance. They offer enough challenge to keep things engaging, backed by the systemic support needed to actually succeed. This is what enables employees to perform effectively and experience continuous professional growth without totally burning out. Which brings us to Section 3, elements of motivating roles. How do we actually transform a basic shift on a roster into a role that fosters true ownership and clarity? Let's take a look. It really boils down to 3 core ingredients: task variety, autonomy, and feedback. Let's think about this in the context of a luxury restaurant. Variety prevents boredom. If a team member is only ever polishing cutlery in the back, their motivation is going to plummet. But if their role includes greeting guests, managing reservations, and assisting with service, they stay mentally engaged. Then there's autonomy, which fosters true ownership. If a guest has a complaint about their meal, does your staff have the autonomy to offer a complimentary dessert to fix it immediately? That empowers them to act like hospitality professionals, not just order takers. And finally, feedback. This one is absolutely crucial. Without feedback, even your absolute best employees will feel invisible. Consider an ultra-realistic kitchen environment. Imagine the head chef pulling a line cook aside right after a brutal 200-covered dinner rush, specifically to praise their impeccable timing on the meat station. That precise, immediate feedback transforms sheer exhaustion into immense pride. Those three elements combined, that's your engine of motivation. This exact philosophy is championed by the academic perspectives of Europe Hotel School London, which places a massive emphasis on job enrichment as a primary driver of employee engagement. Now, we really need to distinguish job enrichment from job enlargement. Job enlargement is simply giving a housekeeper 15 rooms to clean instead of 10. That's not enriching, that's just more of the same exhausting work. Job enrichment, however, is giving that same housekeeper the autonomy to manage their own premium supply inventory, or training them to handle highly specific VIP guest requests. We aren't just looking to fill positions with warm bodies here. We're looking to deeply enrich roles so that the people in them feel valued, intellectually challenged, and deeply engaged in the art of hospitality. Let's move to Section 4, Role Clarity and Teamwork, and how they build operational confidence. In a fast-paced hotel environment, confusion is the enemy of excellence, and usually the quickest way to a one-star review online. When employees step onto the hotel floor understanding exactly what their expectations and priorities are, they experience significantly less stress. That reduction in daily anxiety naturally builds far greater professional confidence, but it goes way beyond just the individual. Clear roles support seamless teamwork. Picture a 500-person gala banquet service. The only way a highly complex event like that succeeds is if every single server, runner, and chef knows precisely where their responsibility ends and their teammates begins. It comes down to the exact second the expeditor at the pass hands a hot plate to the runner, and the perfectly synchronized moment those plates are dropped at the guest table. If even one person hesitates because their role isn't completely clear, the food goes cold, the timing is ruined, and the illusion of perfection shatters. Clarity drives individual accountability, ensuring the whole team performs like a well-oiled machine. This brings us to Section 5, Employee Well-Being and Purpose. This highlights the truly vital human element of hospitality, where intelligent job design meets necessary empathy. Job design directly influences well-being, which is critical in an industry that operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The reality of hotels is that someone is always awake and someone is always serving. So first, ensuring recovery time and setting reasonable workloads are non-negotiable to prevent burnout. A physically and emotionally drained concierge simply cannot project genuine warmth to a guest. Empathy in scheduling isn't just a nice concept, it's a core component of operational efficiency. Second, accommodating individual strengths through flexible task allocation makes the work feel less like a grind and more like a specialized craft. And third, engaging job design explicitly aligns individual daily tasks with the overarching organizational purpose. When a night auditor can clearly see how their meticulous late-night reporting directly contributes to a smooth, welcoming morning checkout for a stressed family, they feel deeply motivated. They feel proud. And that authentic pride resonates in every single guest interaction. Section 6, Dynamic Leadership in Hospitality. Designing a magnificent job isn't a one-and-done task. It requires constantly evolving roles for the future. Effective job design is a dynamic process, never a static one. As a modern leader, you have to regularly review roles because hotel operations are in a state of constant evolution. New property management technologies, changing guest expectations, shifting market trends, they all require swift adaptations. But crucially, you shouldn't do this in a vacuum from your office. Involving your employees in the redesign efforts is an absolute game changer. Take a revenue manager, for instance, sitting down with the frontline reservations team to restructure their daily reporting workflow. By actively adopting a new software module together and adjusting the daily tasks based on the team's feedback, they might literally eliminate 2 hours of manual data entry. This profoundly reduces frustration and frees the team up to focus on high-value upselling. The employees are on the front lines. Their direct insights enhance the practicality of the role and massively boost their own engagement. When job design actively supports both motivation and well-being, you yield higher performance and secure invaluable staff retention. Which brings us to our final thought. Knowing that the underlying structure of a job dictates the ultimate quality of the guest experience, I want to leave you with this question to ponder. How will you dynamically redesign roles to elevate your team in your future hospitality career? As you move forward from Europe Hotel School and step confidently into the industry, remember that you aren't just managing people on a spreadsheet. You are designing their day-to-day reality. Make it a reality that genuinely inspires excellence. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer, and I can't wait to see the incredible impact you will make in the world of hospitality.